very good evening to you and welcome. It's Friday, 5th July 2024. Peace is the path to the prosperity of a nation. Let peace reign. On the news this evening, Governor Fubara restates that worst of political crisis is over. Victor Oko Jumbo-led Rivers Assembly challenges appeal court's decision. Rivers State Emergency Management Agency bill passes second reading. On the foreign scene, new UK Prime Minister begins appointing cabinet members. I am Constance Mega. Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara says despite the challenges, he is determined to keep his promises to Rivers people. Governor Fubara said this while inspecting the ongoing construction work of the Zonal Hospital in Bori, Kana local government area. He also restated that the worst of the political crisis is over.
Psalm 23 verse 5, he said, "Has God prepared a table before you?" Can be anybody, can be me. But there is an underword that is noted there. In the presence of your enemy. So it means that nothing comes easy. I want to assure you, every one of you, and the good people of River State, that we are not deterred. We made our promises. We will continue to give you good governance, no matter what it is. But like I said before, the worst is over.
Well, Governor Fubara expressed satisfaction with the level of work completed so far at the Zonal Hospital, Bori.
We strongly believe
Correspondent Onyeka Chinwosu reports that the governor was accompanied by the Commissioner for Health, Adeze Ore, on a tour of the facility. As you may know, the Nyesom Wike administration initiated the construction of the hospital, but the project was abandoned. Now, during the last State Executive Council meeting, Governor Fubara announced a contract for its completion, along with 3 other zonal hospitals, a general hospital, and the expansion of the neuropsychiatric hospital at Rumigbo. Moving on, the Victor Oko Jumbo-led River State House of Assembly says their lawyers have filed an appeal to challenge yesterday's appeal court ruling. Well, yesterday, the appeal court in Abuja ruled that the River State High Court lacked the jurisdiction to direct Martin Amaewhule and 25 others not to parade themselves as members of the State House of Assembly. Was speaking during today's sitting of the House held at the annex of the Government House in Port Harcourt, the Speaker, Victor Oko Jumbo, said that the appeal court erred in its ruling.
We strongly believe that the Court of Appeal was in error when it held that the River State High Court lacked the jurisdiction to hear and determine suit number PHC 1512 CS 20. We have instructed our lawyers and they have filed an appeal to the Supreme Court of Nigeria, challenging the judgment of the Court of Appeal.
Well, Mr. Oko Jumbo also called on INEC to conduct by-elections for the vacant seats in the State House of Assembly, insisting that the declaration of seats for those who defected still stands.
The Court of Appeal did not make any declaration that Martins Amaewhule and 24 others did not defect from the PDP. The Court of Appeal also did not make any declaration that Martins Amaewhule and 24 others are still members of the River State House of Assembly. We, the legitimate members of the River State House of Assembly, call on the Independent National Electoral Commission to immediately conduct a by-election.
Well, yesterday, the Court of Appeal nullified the expulsion of Martin Amaewhule and 25 others from the Rivers State House of Assembly by the State High Court. The three-member panel of the court held that the lower court lacked the jurisdiction to grant that order. In a related development, the bills establishing the Rivers State Emergency Management Agency and the reconstitution of the Rivers State Transport Company Reform 2024 have passed the first reading at the Victor Okojumbo-led Rivers State House of Assembly. Now, during the second sitting of the House today, the leader of the House, Sokari Goodboy, presented the bill for the State Emergency Management Agency. Now, he said if passed, the bill would help coordinate all international and community-based emergency management agencies to address flooding and other emergencies in the state. Now, the Deputy Speaker, Timothy Adolphus, presented the bill on the State Transport Company Reform. He said that if passed, the bill will address transport issues in the state. Well, our correspondent reports that the House of Assembly also reconstituted some of its standing committees. Well, the House adjourned its sitting until the 9th of July. In another development, as the rainy season intensifies, some motorists operating around the Ibogo and Wosu areas of Rumokwachi in Obiakpo local government area of Rivers State are appealing to the state government for help due to the worsening road conditions. In an interview, these motorists said that flooding has taken the internal roads, which serve as an alternative route to Choba following the construction of one of the flyovers for the Port Harcourt Ring Road.
We drivers, we are suffering for the road. We know that the government are trying, but let the governor find solution for us.
The only access road now linking from Zoba through Choba outside East West Road is really deplorable. In fact, we need to even commend the drivers who are applying through this road.
It's not motorable indeed. The motor themselves sink here, and the passengers suffer a lot. Even where they will stop, they can't stop. They have to look for a better place to stop.
We want the presence of the government to be felt here. There is no other access road. This is the only access road that links from Uzoba, Ibogo Road through Rumokwachi, through Rumoperale, going to Choba. This road is not up to 2 kilometers.
Well, some business owners and residents also shared their concerns.
This Gojota road, Rumokwachi, the road is messed up. From morning till evening, we can open shop like this. We just sit down for the shop. We can't sell market. Even 1,000 naira in a day.
Place is now more or less like a lagoon now. The road now is more or less like a death trap. There's an incident that happened this morning where a trailer was trying to negotiate a bend. The trailer fell and almost killed a baby. The fences of people's houses are falling day by day.
The suffering is too much.
Call them trailers, call them tippers, the heavy-duty truck. The government should please come to the aid of the community. If not coming to do it perfectly, to at least amend those very bad areas for motors to drive very freely.
Elsewhere, a resident of Border Community, Damian Bobara, says there's been an oil spill in Sogu Community, Gokana local government area of Rivers State, where he told correspondent Soibi Oruwari that the spill happened on Thursday on the Trans-Niger pipeline, and that Sogui community has had more than 2 spills with nothing done to address it. Now, Mr. Bobara called on the management of the National Oil Spill Detection and Response Agency, NOSTRA, to immediately deploy their men to the scene of the spill and start a joint investigation visit, JIV.
So we are calling on NOSTRA to, without wasting of time, mobilize to the place to ensure that they constitute their JIV team and make sure that relevant stakeholders are on board so that we can determine the extent of damage and the quantity spill in terms of volume spill, and make sure that they seal up to curtail further months, and no permanent solution has been provided. That pipe is Trans-Niger pipeline operated by Shell and NNPC joint venture. I mean the same pipe but different section within that community. It occurred repeatedly.
Well, Mr. Bobara, who is also an environmentalist, spoke about some of the dangers the community members faced when the spill occurred.
Now, this area called Sugi is very close to where multiple spills has also occurred. Local sources within that vicinity said they had a sound. As at the time I visited there as an indigenous of the community, trying to talk to the people to ensure that the place is calm. But so far, the people are guarding the place to ensure that nothing like a fire outbreak occurred. This place is a residential area. Imagine that kind of sound that people were sleeping, that woke them up in the night.
Still come, President Tinubu congratulates new UK Prime Minister. Stay tuned. Has filed a lawsuit against the police officer, CSP Ugochukwu, that Rio Havana Estate Road, Rumagolo, belongs to Rumagolo community. He said after the Apex Court's ruling, the community asked individuals from Rumagolo community to enter the land, which was a huge forest, deforest, and personally own as much as they could. Now, he said the land in which CSP Ijoma said he bought from one Prince Ndawoko of Rumagolo community is different from the one in which he allegedly used thugs to enter and demolish properties. We're speaking to our correspondent.
Leave our property alone. If he won the judgment, or maybe his dependents
activities.
The DPO on Air Division entered into my family land and started destroying buildings, property worth approximately 800 million naira, all in the name of defending someone who claimed to have a judgment. There are procedures you pass. The sheriff will be the one championing your occupants. You will come on your own. Well,
Minister demonstrated throughout his years in the opposition and as the leader of the Labour Party.
And now we bring news around the world.
Rachel Reeves has become the UK's first female chancellor. It comes as new UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer appoints his cabinet. Angela Rayner is made Deputy Prime Minister. Yvette Cooper becomes Home Secretary and David Lammy is the new Foreign Secretary. But Mr. Starmer, in his first speech as Prime Minister, vowed to restore trust in politics and build a government of service.
Will rebuild Britain with wealth created in every community. Our NHS back on its feet facing the future. Secure borders, safer streets, everyone treated with dignity and respect at work. The opportunity of clean British power cutting your energy bills for good. And brick by brick, we will rebuild the infrastructure of opportunity. The world-class schools and colleges, the affordable homes that I know are the ingredients of hope for working people.
That's it on the news this evening, but before we go, let's take a look at the highlights. You heard that Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has restated that the worst of the political crisis is over. The Victor Oko Jumbo-led Rivers State House Assembly has challenged the appeal court's decision. The Rivers State Emergency Management Agency Bill has passed second reading. And on the foreign scene, the new UK Prime Minister, Starmer, has started appointing his cabinet members. The news was edited by Martha Okerenkem. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. I am Constance Mega. Thank you so much for listening. Good evening.